is now in session. Judge Bernadette presiding. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Calling the case of the people of the state of Cagayan de Oro City, witness name Dr. Cherry Nomi Garcia. Are both sides ready?
Ready for the people, Your Honor. Ready for the defense, Your Honor.
Will the clerk please swear the jury?
Please stand and raise your right hand. Do each of you swear that you will fairly try the case before this court, and that you will return a true verdict according to the evidence and the instructions of the court? So help you God. Please say I do. I will. You may be seated.
The prosecution may call its first witness.
For the defense, we are ready to present our first witness, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, but nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
I am Dr. Cherry Nomi Garcia, 35 years old, single, a licensed psychiatrist at the Psychiatry Department, Medical Center, Manila, and a resident of 123 Rosada, San Quiapo, Manila.
Your Honor, the witness is presented to testify in the medical records of a complainant who underwent several counseling sessions under her supervision and to prove the mental and emotional stability of the complainant. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
When were you admitted to the practice of medicine?
In 1995, Your Honor.
From what university or college did you graduate and when?
I graduated from the University of Santo Tomas in the year 1994.
Did you graduate with honors?
Yes, Latin honors, Your Honor.
Do you have any postgraduate degree?
Yes, Your Honor. I finished my Master of Psychiatry degree at the University of Melbourne in 1998.
Since when have you been practicing as a psychiatrist?
For almost 10 years, Your Honor.
What is the nature of your work as a psychiatrist?
As a psychiatrist, I deal with the diagnosis, treatment, prevention of mental and emotional illness and behavioral disorders of patients.
How do you treat your patients?
I listen and talk to patients about their mental, emotional, or behavioral problems and assess the status of these disorders. I also prescribe medications, cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy, or psychological counseling depending on the patient's needs.
Do you know the complainant in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why do you know her?
She was my patient at the Psychiatry Department of Medical Center, Manila.
When was this?
August 16, 2016.
For what reason did she come to your clinic?
She consulted me about her condition.
Was the consultation out of her volition?
No. She was advised by her friend.
Doctor, what procedures or tests did you conduct on the complainant during the consultation?
I conducted physical examinations. I asked her to tell something about her work, her family, and other personal relationship. I just listened to whatever she said. While she was talking, I observed her demeanor, the way she spoke, and her gestures.
What did you notice about the complainant while she was talking to you?
At first, the patient was apparently normal. But when she began talking about her family, particularly her parents, she began to sob. And she cried. Her hands were trembling. She blamed herself for the death of her parents.
What matters were revealed to you by the complainant in the course of the consultation?
The physical examination revealed sleeping apnea, insomnia, hypertension, and migraines.
As to her emotional condition,
The patient is suffering from major depression without psychotic features.
did you talk to anyone else regarding the patient's emotional condition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who else did you talk about her emotional condition?
I spoke to her friend, the one who advised the patient to seek help. This was part of the analysis of the patient's condition.
Any other tests that you conducted on the patient?
No more, Your Honor.
Doctor, from the examinations and observation, what did you conclude about the complainant's condition?
The patients suffered from single episode depression.
Will you explain to this court what that condition means?
Single episode depression, or SED, is a type of major depression that occurs once as a result of a single psychological trauma. In the case of patient, based on our conversation, the only traumatic event which caused the depression was the terrible accident and death of her parents.
What made you conclude that the patient was suffering from this condition?
The symptoms of SED, which include insomnia, loss of appetite, which may or may not lead to weight loss, mood swing, and hypnotic spills, match with the result of the patient's physical examination.
Dr. Garcia, how did you treat your patient?
The patient was admitted to the hospital as an inpatient.
How long did she stay at the hospital?
1 month, Your Honor.
And what methods or procedure did you use to treat the patient?
I conducted supportive counseling, Your Honor.
Will you tell this honorable court what supportive counseling means?
Supportive counseling helps ease the pain of depression and address the feeling of hopelessness that accompanies the depression. In the case of the patient, I talked to her about what happened to her during past weeks. As the patient mentioned a negative event, I asked her what she felt, why she felt that, why and how she should have viewed a negative situation.
And the counseling sessions were at what interval?
Once a week, Your Honor.
Did you prescribe any medication to the patient?
Yes, I prescribe antidepressant pills.
Dr. Garcia, when did you discharge the patient?
September 16, 2016, Your Honor.
The medical findings that you had in the complainant, were these reduced into writings?
Yes, Your Honor. I have made a psychiatric assessment on the medical findings.
Did you personally prepare the said writing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does this document have any relation to the report that you have prepared?
That is the report that I have prepared, Your Honor.
For the record, the witness has identified the document previously marked as Exhibit 2 as the psychiatric assessment record of Danica May de los Santos. In the last page of this document, there appears a signature. Whose signature is this, Miss Witness?
That is my signature, Your Honor.
I respectfully request, Your Honor, that the signature appearing in this document be marked as Exhibit 2A.
Martin.
Doctor, who ordered the discharge of the complainant?
I ordered the discharge, Your Honor, upon request of the complainant.
Were there any conditions upon the discharge of the complainant?
In my discharge summary, I stated that although the patient is being discharged, she is to continue treatment as an outpatient.
Did the patient comply with the condition?
No, Your Honor. She did not return to the hospital after the discharge.
Doctor, when the complainant was discharged, what was her condition?
There was an improvement in her condition in general. Although she is not completely stable yet.
What do you mean she is not completely stable yet?
While she manifested improvement, there is a possibility of relapse.
Do you mean to say, doctor, that the patient's condition may recur?
If unguarded, Your Honor.
Unguarded?
If the patient does not follow the treatment plan, the possibility of relapse is high.
Do you mean to say, doctor, that in the case of the complainant, there is a possibility of a relapse, considering she did not return to you for further treatment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And should there be a relapse, would another suicide be also a possibility?
That is possible, Your Honor.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross. Cross.
Yes, Your Honor. When you discharged the complainant, what was her condition?
She was emotionally stable.
What made you conclude that the patient was emotionally stable?
During our last counseling session, there were no longer signs of the set. She no longer showed signs of mood swings. She no longer cried. When I asked her about the death of her parents, she said she would not blame herself anymore.
You also testified that your relationship with the complainant lasted for 1 month. Will you tell this honorable court why it lasted for such a period?
The patient responded well during our counseling session. The antidepressant pills which I have prescribed also work positively on her.
The antidepressant pills that you prescribed, do they have any side effects?
I asked the patient what she felt after taking the medication. She said she felt drowsy, which is normal side effects of antidepressants.
Are there any other side effects?
Other antidepressants make a patient restless and anxious, but the effects really vary from one person to another. In the case of the complainant, the only effect was drowsiness.
You testified that a relapse is possible if the patient does not continue treatment after discharge. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
How high are the chances of the relapse?
That depends, Your Honor.
Depends on what?
If the patient is under several medication and they are not followed, a relapse as high possible. And if the patient does not submit the further counseling session where required, a relapse is also possible.
Was the complainant under medication when she was discharged?
Yes, but only for antidepressant, Your Honor.
So in your opinion, is the possibility of a relapse high or low?
I cannot tell, Your Honor.
Would that also mean that in the case of the complainant, such relapse may not happen?
Probably, Your Honor.
No further question, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor. We will call on our last witness.
Please, witness, you may step down and call your last witness.
May I call on our next witness, Mel Vitolio. Do you swear to tell the truth, to all the truth,
than nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
I am Pelvetolio, 32 years old, married, an office mate of a complainant, and a resident of 345 Baco, Manila.
Proceed.
The witness is being presented to testify on the character and societal tendencies of the complainant. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Do you know the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why do you know her?
I work with her at the accounting department at Nestle Philippines.
How long you have been office mates?
About 2 years.
How would you describe her as an office mate?
She is a quiet person, a loner.
In the 2 years that you've known the complainant, was there any untoward incident which involved her?
None, ma'am.
Was there any time that you noticed something different about the complainant?
Yes.
What was that?
I saw her one time at the comfort room. She was crying while staring at the mirror.
What did you know when you saw her crying?
I asked her if something wrong happened.
What was her answer?
She said, I wanna die.
What did you tell her after she said those words?
I asked her again what happened.
And what was her answer?
I said, come on, you can tell me your problem.
Did this kind of incident happen again?
Yes. 2 days after, the same time, the same incident.
What?
That I did not ask her anyone because I know she wouldn't tell me anyway.
Do you remember what transpired afterwards?
After about 3 days, I learned of the complainant's attempt to commit suicide.
Mr. Witness, on June 22, 2016, did you receive an email from the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who was the sender of that email?
It was Dinamika, Your Honor.
How do you know?
Because she said her signature, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, please examine this writing and please tell the court if you recognize it.
That is the email sent to the complainant, Your Honor.
For the record, the witness had identified this document previously marked as Exhibit A as the printed copy of the email sent by the complainant. The email contain?
It says, Dear Pelby, my parents didn't deserve to die that way. I am so stupid. I should have died with them. I wanna die now.
How sure you are that this is the email which you received from the complainant?
Because her signature appears at the bottom of the email, Your Honor.
This signature appearing here is the signature of the complainant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it is respectfully requested that the signature appearing in this Exhibit 3 be marked as Exhibit 3A. No further question.
Cross.
No cross-examination for the witness, Your Honor.
The jury is thanked and excused. The court is adjourned.